Okay, well it's the 20th of June 2018. This is the height of summer here in Ireland. We've had a couple of weeks of really unseasonal weather where we had some bright sunshine, 20 degrees, 22, 23 degrees, something like that. And it was really nice, but this is normal Irish summer weather. Not too warm, not too cold, pretty overcast. This is what we normally get. So getting out today to try and do a bit of work on the boat. I've spent the last few weeks doing endless amounts of mind-numbing epoxying, fairing and sanding, and I'm really sick of it now at this stage. If I don't have to do some sanding for a while, I'll be very happy. I also have the dinghy project which I'm working on, which I have to do a bit of sanding on, but the main boat as far as sanding and fairing and finishing is pretty much done at this stage. There may be a little bit inside the cabin to do, but the outside of the boat is done. So what I'm going to do today is put on the two-part epoxy barrier coat. And I'm going to raise the water line from where the existing line is to a bit higher than that. I mean, these water lines are usually, just right at the water line, as the name implies. The problem with that is I see a lot of boats with growth growing up out onto the topside paint, which looks really bad. So my thinking is I'd be better off raising the level of the barrier coat paint out of the water a little bit. Even if it rises above the water surface, at least you won't get that growth coming out. It looks better to me than the growth anyway. When I paint the topside paint, I'll bring it back down just onto that line and leave probably a new raised water line about 75mm or 3 inches above what it is now. So I think that'll work, and I think in practice it'll work better because you won't get that growth going up the sides. So I'm going to get on and put this tape on and then mix up the two-part epoxy paint. It's a Hempel product which I'm using, and it's supposed to be very good. It's pretty expensive, so it better be good. Okay, let's get on and do this. No, that's not very good. So this is the two-part epoxy paint that I'm using. It's Hempel High Protect. It's a grey colour I got in. And it's mixed at a ratio of 3 parts of the base to 2 parts of the curing agent. And I'm going to use these big syringes here to measure out the amounts that I need, just to try and be somewhat scientific about doing it. I think this might work, be a handy way of doing it, hopefully. So I'm supposed to stir this up. The thing got quite bashed in transit, as you can see. About halfway up on the tin. Well, I suppose the ratio is meant to mix from this to this if you want to mix the whole lot together, but I don't want to mix the whole lot. I just want to mix enough to do the bottom of the boat, because once you mix it, that's it, it's to start curing. So Right. I don't know how successful that was, to be honest about it. I can't help thinking that maybe a more less scientific disposable shot glass method might have been better, but look, it is what it is, and I've done it now, so mix this stuff up. The method is to keep mixing until all the white and black is gone and you have a consistent uniform grey, so it's a pretty good system from that you can see when you're mixed, rather than just guesstimating it. Yeah, so there's the uniform grey colour we're looking for. So that's the outside edge of the teak done. Just cut it 45 degrees at the corners, a gap left in the corners so that I can caulk in between them. I'm just dry fitting these now, going to cut out the inner pieces, and this is all going to be stuck on then using the Casamite glue that I've used for fixing the hatch itself together as well, because it's it bonds the timber really well, and it's water resistant as well, so it's going to work. I think it's the most sympathetic thing to use. I could slap a lot of epoxy on it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try this traditional sort of way of doing it as well, instead of that. The epoxy route with this. Okay, so this is it all cut out. It's just dry fit together. Haven't glued anything yet. Just cut it out and spaced it out to see how it looked for the joints between it for putting in the caulking in between them. Or something like that, I think. Right, so I've got my two sets of pieces there for the center of the infill. I have my 4 outer pieces here, and I have my wedges here for spacing them out. So I think I'm ready to start. Some panel pins and the hammer there. Okay, I'll start on the furthest away side from me. Okay, so that brings to the end of another episode. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.